Hey, I'm Shareef MrAim4iam Ali, and thank you for coming on to another video. First, I'd like to say that I love looking back at the YouTube comments and reading what you have to say about the videos that you've watched. So one of my previous videos, I went through the notifications and saw some people comment. And here's what you said. Shelby Raw wrote, "Wow, this really helped me." Mariah111 wrote, "I came across your videos by accident. I am very happy that I did. You have a very positive and mature outlook on this topic. Thank you for your help." Krishana Baldania wrote, "I wonder who your mom is." Who's your mom, Krishana? But ever so often, I come across these comments that make me have to dig a little bit deeper, and I appreciate these comments. So Stephanie Ann wrote this. "I think it's wonderful you're trying to help women who are victims of their evil in-laws as I am. But honestly, I could not see myself talking to my husband personally in the way you suggest here. After all they have done. All sweet, it hurt me your mom didn't talk to me today, etc., etc. Maybe in the beginning. But after too many years of abuse and broken boundaries, that is not how most women feel, in my opinion. You're just basically exhausted and you're done. And oh so fed up with the man you love and take care of, not manning up." So I would have to say on that, Stephanie is right. When I gave advice on that video, and for those of you who did not get to watch that video, I suggest that you watch it now by hitting on that iCard. Promise you, I'll wait. Now that you watched that video, let me make sense of it this way. The advice that I gave for you to play the victim, in a sense, and stand down so that your mother-in-law's wrongs stand up in the eyes of your husband, that's totally for the woman who is just beginning in her marriage and wants things to kind of smooth over and be okay. But after a few seasons, months, years of you enduring the same behavior from your mother-in-law, and it seems as if she's staying staunch and she is not giving up with the crappy behavior that she's giving towards you, now I would suggest you shift gears. If you feel like Stephanie, and every time your mother-in-law is around, you think, wow, this woman really treats me bad and I'm a victim. Like if you notice, Stephanie said you're a victim. That's exactly how you feel. Well, it's time for you to stop being a victim, and it's time for you to woman up and become the victor. And how you do it is you stand up and state your claim to your husband. You let him know, listen, I'm not for how your mother is treating me. I've done X, Y, Z for her to feel comfortable and for our relationship to go that way that it needs to go for the progression of our family. And if you have children, also for the progression of our children, for them to see unity amongst our family. And I know that I'm not perfect, but at the end of the day, your mother is still doing the same things that she used to do back in '86. And I'm tired of it. I'm not going to do it any longer. That's a stance that you probably hadn't taken yet, and I would suggest you do. Especially if you've been in a relationship with this man or a marriage with this man for years and his mother is still giving you salty behavior. No, there's not enough salt in the world that you can give me to make me enjoy your flavor. When the rubber meets the road, although you and your husband are one in your marital union, you still came into the marriage with certain values and certain fundamentals that you should not sacrifice or let go of simply because you want to appease his mother. When you allow a controlling person to control you, you're foolish. Even God, in his infinite wisdom and his almighty power, gives us freedom to do what it is we have to do. We can go left, we can go right, we can go straight, we can go backwards. We can do whatever it is we want to do along our journey. If God allows his children freedom, then who is your mother-in-law to not allow that? At the end of the day, she's a grown woman the same way that you're a grown woman. She has a child the same way that you may have a child. Ladies, you have to state your claim and support your husband in stating his. It's a controlling woman who would say to her husband, I don't want you to go over to your mother's house. I don't want you to have a relationship with your mother. You better not call her because she mistreated me. That's a controlling woman. So you're not being any better than what his mother is being. But it's a woman of valor. It's a woman of integrity who says, listen, I know my worth and I know what I'm able to handle. And I'm not able to handle, nor will I allow someone to come into my space and disrupt my household or disrupt my peace for the sake of feeling like she runs this, when she is not the woman of the house and she is no longer the head woman of your life. Speaking about your husband. So ladies, state your claim and support your husband in his. Don't separate him from his mother, because at the end of the day, you know, like that's his mom. He needs to work out his stuff with her. But as far as you, to preserve your sanity, to preserve your character, be assertive in your point. Stand for yourself. Thanks again for coming into this video. I love you all, and I will see you next week. Blessings.